Coming up, Barack Obama's $10 billion plan for struggling homeowners. Some say it's just a plan to buy votes, but someone here warns it'll put the squeeze on the entire housing market. We debate it. Next stop, Ohio. Barack Obama hitting the campaign trail in the Buckeye State, armed with a $10 billion housing foreclosure fund, or the plan for one. Welcome news to Ohioans hit hard by the housing slowdown. But Bradshaw, you say it's bad news for homeowners elsewhere. Why?
Absolutely. This is what got us in the mess to begin with. These are people that shouldn't be in these homes to begin with. And Sherwood Forest looks good in a fairy tale, but that is not what should happen in a real economy. Look, you don't rob from the rich and say, you're paying your bills, therefore I'm going to take money from you and give it to this person that isn't performing on his bills. We're rewarding mediocrity, and that doesn't work in a capitalist society.
Sasha, what do you say? We already have this problem. Isn't he just trying to fix it somehow and stop it from getting worse?
You know, we could sit here and teach a great moral lesson to people not to be so stupid and banks not to be so greedy, and maybe throw in the Bush administration to not deregulate everything, which creates problems like this when you have an industry running amok. Or we can look at a situation and say, look, you know, it's not in the interest of the government or the country for a market to be in crisis, and there are steps we can take to fix that. That's what we do when the Fed cuts the interest rate. I don't see waves of protests coming around when that happens.
Well, but Gary B., doesn't this just encourage more risky behavior, this idea of bailing out certain homeowners and helping them out?
Absolutely, and let me take a little wind out of Sasha's sails. I'm not in favor of the Fed at all. So I'm not going to argue that the Fed is a great mechanism. You know, in terms of this, it's it's not going to be just $10 billion now. It's going to be $50 billion 3 years from now, et cetera, et cetera. And my bigger concern is, why does Obama think government needs to be in the housing business anyway? Look, when you go out there and you have enough money, when you graduate from college, you don't have enough money, guess what? You rent an apartment. And then when you have enough money, you buy a house with the expectations that, yes, the price might go down, but you're buying a place to live, not an investment tool. And for the government just to get into this, well, then, my gosh, then they could be a backstop on everything from buying a large refrigerator to your weekly groceries.
Well, what do you think?
We tried that, letting banks who made stupid mortgages or stupid lending practices fail, but we stopped doing it in 1929, Gary B., because it didn't work too well.
Oh, come on.
Well, the banks make bad loans all the time.
I gotta let Bradshaw get in on this one.
That is a ridiculous argument. I love Sasha wants to paint George Bush as being Satan, but that really has no relevance whatsoever to right here. Look, our government's more worried about Roger Clemens and Brian McNamee, and you want to give these idiots who can't control their own budget this housing crisis? It is not going to work. Get the government completely out of the free markets. It's the only way it'll work.
Sasha, go ahead. Say what you need to say to him.
If you want to sit by and watch American families lose their homes, then it's already happened. It's going to keep happening.
I don't want to pay for it.
And it doesn't help the economy.
Sasha,
this is
I don't want to pay for it. I'm paying for my home. My home's paid for. Why should I pay for some guy's home who can't afford it, who's an idiot, who didn't read his own loan agreement? Why should I pay for his ignorance? You cannot legislate ignorance.
John, I absolutely understand that, but maybe you should be in favor of a little more regulation next time around.
More regulation. That's the reason we're in this mess, because of the government. The government's the one that stepped up the FHA to 103%
I thought it was the
loan.
Stupid people.
The government never saw this coming. They were too worried about steroids in baseball. You want to trust these guys to regulate something?
Now it's the government's fault.
Oh,
John.
no, wait a minute. I got to get Gary B. in last word on here on more regulation. Let me hear what you say to that one.
Well, the fact of the matter is that a lot of these people are in these homes, put almost no money down. They took almost no risk. And there was a good article in the Washington Post today that's saying on these foreclosures, a lot of these people being foreclosed on never even made one payment. So, Sasha's painting this picture of, it's like the grapes of wrath out there. It's just not. They never took risks, and so the home should be taken away in this case.
I'm sorry. That has to be the last word, but thank you all for that. Very heated debate. Okay. How about this? Triple your money with one stock. A very stunning prediction is coming up.